Welcome to Mystic Moons. How's everyone today? Feeling good, I hope. Today, we're going to go to another place that a place where we've been before. So let's put on our psychic helmets, strap up our seatbelts, and board the psychic shuttle. We're going to go to Trump Trial Planet. We're going to go to Donald Trump's New York City Hush Money Trial Planet. And we're going to see if improprieties that we already have heard about. The last one that we've heard about is a Facebook comment that the judge, Merchan, he informed the prosecution and the defense team about prior to the jury's decision. Weird thing about this Facebook comment was that it says, my cousin said, my cousin said, my cousin, of course, being one of the jurors. And of course, one of the stipulations of the trial was do not articulate about the trial. But back to the Facebook comment. My cousin said that we're going to get Trump. We're going to get a guilty verdict. He was already a prophet in terms of time. So, since we had this particular weird incident, which is entirely illegal, it adds to a number of other irregularities, we'll use that word, irregularities, that have already transpired in this case, such as, to refresh you, witnesses were not allowed to be called, there was a gag order, and we had this case, if you don't recall, besides the word hush money, it's very hard to recall these things, that the trial was all about a sexual act that Trump did 18 years ago in 2006. That is 18 years ago, isn't it? Yes, 18 years ago. And it was about paying off the hooker, paying the hooker off her fees to keep quiet. And you would think that he had 24, oh no, since it resulted in 34 felon acts, you would think that he had screwed her 34 times. However, that's not the case. That is 3 counts, and each time that he paid his his convicted witness, ex-lawyer Khan. It's not KAN, it's CON. Payment. He paid his fees. So every time he paid his lawyer's fees, he was charged with a felony count, and then a state count and a civil. It was like 3 times for each time he received payment. And now this guy, Michael Cohen, the attorney, the said attorney, has since, of course, gone to jail and made millions, and gone to jail and made millions. However, he's still defiant for what. There's always more money to be made, and his new career as a not a novelist, but a nonfiction writer. And of course, what average Joe lawyer can't write? I mean, they all can do that, write and talk. They can do that. They can do that much. I give them that much. However, so now I'm saying on top of all these irregularities, a confidence man and a hoe testimony has indicted the former president of the United States for 34 felony counts of fraud. So on top of all that, we have one of the witnesses relations posted on Facebook. and it was made known by the judge, Merchant, to the, as I mentioned, the prosecution and the defense. Now, the point is, it recently came to light in the public waves a couple of days ago. Now, is this or is this not a basis for a mistrial? That's what we're going to have this read on. We're going to have a tarot read on, will Trump have the trial declared a mistrial? Not because of all the other things that were strange, including he didn't have to have a unanimous verdict to get guilty, but the fact that it was already pre-planned. The implication of the Facebook post is pre-planned. Now they're saying they can't, say that it was an authorized Facebook post. It could have been a prank. It could have been this. It could have been that. However, isn't justice supposed to be, as long as there is an avenue of doubt, does that not crack open the tombstone? Open the sarcophagus? Something like that? All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to see this. We're shuffling up a deck, and we're going to see if Trump is going to have his last trial in New York City under Judge Merchant declared a mistrial. And of course, we're well aware that as a public, we can be played. We can be gaslit, and the whole thing can start from A to Z. We could be gaslit on the whole thing. I mean, was this all intentional? Was this contrived? Was it? We don't know. However, as it stands right now, will this trial be declared a mistrial? And at the very least, an appeal process be put in that will exonerate the former president? Those are really two questions, but we'll see how the first one goes. All right? Let's see. Now, I'm going to pick 3 random cards and see if a mistrial will be declared. It could have been, I'm sure, the presiding judge of that hush money trial, Judge Juan Merchant, has not exactly a fan of a lot of people. And we can suppose, I know nothing of course, we can suppose that he received a few tidings that weren't exactly good tidings, like the Christmas ones, tidings of joy, upon his court scene. We can assume that. And this could be a way out for him. We don't know. However, it did happen according to what I just said and according to what we've all been reading. So let's see this one. All right, now we have 3 random cards. And let's start investigating the idea of Donald Trump having a mistrial, declaring his hush money trial to be a mistrial. So let's see. Now, the first one we have is the 4 of Wands. Seems out of place for a Donald Trump trial. Or it could be that was a just verdict. We'll wait. And then here we have the Hermit. The Hermit. So, and the next one we have is the 2 of Pentacles. So, we have the 2 of Pentacles. We have the Hermit. And we have the home, the safe zone, the safe zone. So based on just these three cards, this is so will he get a mistrial? It almost seems we're going to have the prosecution and the defense working together, and for the judge, the hermit could also be Donald Trump because it's his trial, as well as or the judge at this point, and the Four of Wands could be the stability of a protected zone. I think we're going to have to dive into this more, but it seems as though there could be cooperation to clean up the actions of the trial. It could be construed at this point, but it's still ambiguous. It's ambiguous. So let's first of all see what this protected zone is about. The Four of Wands. All right, two random cards. And let's see what we have here. Well, we have this Seven of Pentacles, which is evaluation. Putting evaluation. Getting all the evidence for and against and seeing how it stands after the fact. After the fact. The passions have already been exhumed, and where people are just looking at the step one to the 29 or 34 incidences of the verdict and the other particulars. Okay, the next one, the random card is Four of Swords. There's a wait time. A wait time. The Four of Swords. This is the basis of this. So does this mean that Donald Trump will he can have an appeal in 4 months? And let's see, 4 months from now would be July, August, September, October. October surprise. Could be an October surprise. All right, we're going to now look upon the Hermit and catch some intel on that. Who is this Hermit? Is it Donald Trump, or is it the Honorable Juan Merchant, the judge? Who is this Hermit? Or is it a decision by Juan Merchant for Donald Trump? Or the DA's decision? All right. We have two cards to give us an intel on this Hermit. Well, the first thing we have is now the Hermit, of course, is a major arcana card. Then we have the Strength card. So somebody's going to have to tighten up their britches and deliver a statement. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Well, something is either has the protection of a lot of spirits, or the ruling or unchangeable statement. Whomever the Hermit represents is fortunate. that they have a strong standard. I can't imagine if a judge was in that case, in that position, that with all the with all the unsaid tidings he's received, that department would receive, that he would have the wheel of fortune on his side. So I'm going to assume this hermit is Donald Trump, his position. Seeing how he's received millions and millions and millions of dollars USD since his conviction, which was, I guess, a week ago or so, not long ago. I think he's made looking like $700 million already. He's raked in lots of dough, lots of cash. Now there's two working together. Now who? The Two of Pentacles. Oh, wait. These two did not come. I'm going to do 3 on this one. And I do think it's the defense and the prosecution, the state versus Donald Trump, ex-president of the United States. Alright, so we can safely say the hermit represents Donald Trump. Alright. Now we have celebration, the 3 of Cups under the 2 of Pentacles. And we also have the Ace of Wands. And we have, under those, we have slanting that is the 4 of Cups. We have a lot of 4s here. We have the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Wands. And it's all a state of being, time stamping. Well, I think the two working together will be the prosecution and the defense, and I think they're going to look at both. We have the Ace of Wands in this. I say that the charges eventually will be dismissed because there's too many. If it was a legitimate legal system without bias. Of course, there's always arm bending going on in a lot of political circumstances. But we could say that it takes some, it won't happen right away. But I'd say that it's going to be declared a mistrial. I say that Donald Trump's trial, unless they could find fraud with the Facebook comments, find the person who owns up to "I did this," which is in itself illegal. It's illegal to to write that comment. And it should have been illegal for the algorithms of Facebook to allow that to happen as well. Everyone knows the word police on Facebook is no joke. They have been hushing many people up for a variety of word language. So it even sounds a little suspicious on that level, drawing Facebook into this. Did Facebook make some sort of deal? You wonder. It's just, I'm just throwing it out there because it's unusual that Facebook would allow a comment like that. So I say that Donald J. Trump will, Donald Trump will have this conviction overturned. But it'll take a little bit of time. It'll take a little bit of time because there's too many irregularities, and it is what is harmed really is the people's trust in justice in the United States. Already there's a lot of grievances with the economy and going south fast like a tornado. There's already a lot of agitation, and to add one more thing into an already irregular trial, irregular, first this, first that, and then all these roadblocks that occurred during the trial, I say that he is going to have that felony conviction overturned. And perhaps he gets another trial. Perhaps. Perhaps. However, the country could be so steeped in a whole bunch of other issues that it goes to the back burner. However, it will not go to the back burner as long as Trump, since he is going to be scheduled for sentencing in a month, 4 weeks or so. It's coming up, the 11th of July, 2024. So it's something, and that is almost 4 weeks away, isn't it? It's almost 4 weeks away. Number 4. And so, can New York handle, and our Justice Department handle the irregularities in 4 weeks and safely call themselves a Justice Department? So we will see. However, that's what I say that is going to happen. It looks that way. The tarot reading looks that way, and sleazy witnesses, sleazy cause. It's not a badge of honor in any part of this. And it just gets more, why should the Justice Department sully itself further with more irregularities? All right, so let's get back on. Let's loosen our psychic helmets, our psychic brain power, spirit power, and let's take off. And thank you for my subscribers for joining me on this quest. I appreciate it. And for those who haven't subscribed, I'm glad you joined as well to ponder, should there be a mistrial? And if you donated for the community readings, I'd love it. And as we join, Mystic Moons is a hub of intuitive renaissance thinking, being, and energy work. So if you believe there's more to life than the 5 senses and what we see and what we do, there's a lot more going on that we are not told about. Well, let's carry on. Help us carry on. So thank you very much. And again, see you. But let's take off. Woo!